Hello everyone, I'm Namrita Kaur. I'll be showing the functionality that Team 30 named Storm implemented for Deliverable 4. The last deliverable, we implemented sign-in, sign-up functionalities, create and view teams, and generic screens like home screen, rule screen, etc. And we also came up and finalized the scheduling algorithm. In this deliverable, we got hands on experience with several technologies that were involved in the making of this application. In this deliverable, everyone was able to take up more stories and was able to complete them efficiently with smoke testing involved. Since we didn't have another team for testing, so we performed release testing, raised bugs, and fixed them. So now I'll be showing the stories that we covered in sprint 4 and sprint 5. So as a tournament manager, I should be able to schedule the tournament. Field site manager should be able to sign up. Player should be able to request for withdraw. Field site manager should be able to log in and view profile screen. The player should have the functionality to raise query, and in sprint 5 we covered the coach should be able to raise query. As a tournament manager, coach or referee or player, I should be able to filter the schedule according to the day. As a tournament manager, I should be able to add winners for a specific game. As a field site manager, I should be able to add or remove volunteers. And as a player, I should be able to send an automatic email for withdraw or raise query. And as a field side manager, I should be able to get the field loan and notify the field owners. And as a field site and manager, I should be able to raise queries. At the end of the sprint, we also performed testing and raised bugs and resolved them. So this is the burn down chart for sprint 4, and this is the burn down chart for sprint 5. Now I'll be showing the implementation of the stories of sprint 4 and 5. So I'm signing in as a tournament manager. So I'm logged in as a tournament manager. I go to my profile tab. Here I'm able to see the generate schedule button. This is a dynamic button. After clicking this button, this button, a schedule gets generated for the first day for which the schedule is not present in the database. So if the schedule is present for all the 3 days of the tournament, then this button is disabled. For now, for the interest of time, I already created schedule for day 1 and day 2 and added results for all the games of day 1 and some of the games for day 2. So now if I click on the schedule tab, I am able to see a drop down where I can select the day for which I want to see the schedule. So for now I select day 1 and I submit. I'm able to see the schedule for day 1. Since I already added the winning team, so I'm able to see who won the game. And now if I go back and select day 2, I'm able to see the the schedule for day 2 uh, and the winning team. Since I didn't add the winning team for one of the games, that is this first game, so I'm able to see add result button. This add result button is dynamic and is only visible to the tournament manager. For other users, it's hidden. So I click on add result button, and the teams involved were team 20 and team 5. So I select team 20 as the winner of this game, and I put other details like the goals, this, and the red cards, the yellow cards, the injuries. And now I click on the submit game details. If I select day 2 and click on submit, I'm able to see the details that I entered for this game. Now I go back to my profile screen and I click if I click on generate schedule, I'll be able to see the schedule for day 3. In order to confirm, I'm showing that for now day 3 schedule is not generated and we are able to see an empty table. So I go back and click on generate schedule. So now we are redirected to the home screen, and now if I click on day 3 schedule, I'm able to see that the schedule is generated. So in this way we implemented scheduling algorithm, and now I'm going to show the other functionalities that we implemented. Now I'm signing in as a field site manager. If I click on the My Profile screen, I'm able to see the loan field buttons where the field site manager can loan fields from any field owner. He can add volunteers and view the list of the volunteers. Now I click on loan fields. I can uh, contact the field owners. So I write the name of the field, I write my name in order so that the field owner gets to know who is contacted to him. So the message that I want to fields and his email address. For now, I'm putting my email address. So on clicking the submit button, the an auto-generated mail with this message is sent to the field owner, and simultaneously an auto-generated email is sent to Storm Team email ID in order to keep records of these messages. So I click on submit button, and this is the message that I want 2 fields. I submit the click button and I am able to see a pop-up that an email has been sent to the officials. So if I go to the Storm Team email ID, I'm able to see the message that I want 2 fields. Now I'm going back to the My Profile screen and I click on Add the Volunteers. Here I'm adding one of the volunteers named Volunteer, his first name, his last name, his email address, and his gender. Now I click on the add button and this add button adds the volunteer to the database. Now if I go back to the my profile screen and click on view volunteers, I am able to see the volunteer that I added. Now we also implemented another functionality, that is race query. In race query, any user like the field site manager, player, coach, referee, all 4 of them are able have the functionality to raise query. So here I write my name, a message, that query that I have I am implementing raise query, and the email ID, my email ID, so that I also get an auto generated email. So this, and I submit. On clicking the submit button, an email is sent to the Storm Team email ID, that is our email ID, and to the specific person that's who is submitting the query. So if we click on submit, we are able to see a pop-up that an email has been sent to the Storm team. Okay, now I'm going to the inbox and I got an email saying that I am implementing race query. Now if I go back and right now I'm logged in as a field site owner. So if I see the schedule of day 3, I'm not able to see the add result button. So here we can verify, we can confirm that the add result button is only available for tournament managers. So this all functional, and we also have contact us button where any user can contact us, write his queries and send email to us. This is similar to the raise query, but only we'll get the email. We also implemented a request withdraw functionality. So I'm logging in as a referee, and there, if I go to my profile page, I am able to see a request withdraw button. Here, if I click on request withdraw button, I'm redirected to a page where I can type my name and a message, the issues that I have, and my email address. So on clicking a submit button, and mail is sent to the Storm team email ID, and another auto generated mail is sent to the specific user who is withdrawing. So I click on submit, and I'm able to see a pop-up again. And now if I go to this my Storm team email ID, I'm able to see that the message that I'm withdrawing, and then we can take actions accordingly. So these are the functionalities that we implemented for now. I and and now I'm going to describe each team member's contribution. And so Vikram created schedule algorithm page. He created winner tab button on each game to make the decisions. He documented the wiki page. He created the race query button. He fixed the bugs for the race query. He displayed the schedule of the games and the UI. Aru developed the scheduling involved, which involved grouping and matchmaking, keeping in mind to minimize the number of fields utilized given time of 72 hours for the entire tournament. He resolved bugs and issues when integrating the scheduling algorithm with the front end and development. He improved the database tables through deliverable to efficiently store and retrieve the given team and match details throughout the scheduling process. Tapasvi added field loan functionality for the field site managers. She added email functionality wherever required. She enabled the add volunteers button for the field site manager. She created a page for the field site manager to add volunteers. She enabled auto reply for the email functionality and resolved issues. She created a page for the field site manager to view the volunteers list. She integrated front end with backend for adding volunteers. She integrated front end and back end for viewing the volunteers. Vidya's contributions are: she added API for adding the volunteers, and she created API for fetching the volunteers. She wrote the sprint retrospective document. She wrote the sprint review document. She updated the SQL file for the database. Prachi created reducer actions to show the data on the schedule page. She added winner page for the match. She added API calls for adding winners of a match. She created filter schedule by day page. She handled success and error scenarios of add winners API calls. She created action and reducers for add winner detail page. She added conditional rendering of schedule columns and add winner details button. She added view team action fix. She added action and reducer to save the selected day and show schedules by day. She added filter schedule by day functionality on schedule button of navbar. She dynamically updated the view schedule page when winner details have been entered. She fixed the indentation of winner details on view schedule page. She did the git management where she managed the git repository, maintained a stable developed branch, worked on the resolution of merge conflicts, reviewed suggestion changes, and merged the PRs. She even performed testing, several rounds of smoke testing after every functionality was completed, found and documented defects, and did the documentation of deliverable 4 answers. Namrata's contribution is she found few bugs in the last sprint, that is sprint 3, so she added it as a tech dev task under the storyless task, worked on them first, in order to remove the blocker. She worked on dynamic display of buttons for the different users and scenarios, created the required APIs, worked on the UI part and integrated them. She created an API for getting the filtered data integrated with the front end. She created API for adding winners of a game. She managed the Git repository, maintained a stable branch with other team members, and worked on the resolution of many conflict related bugs. She even performed smoke testing, alpha testing, and since we didn't have a separate team for release testing, so for the last and final sprint, we completed prioritized tasks in the first week of the sprint and started release testing and development parallelly, and added bugs and assigned them to the team members and worked on them. She also created a video for Deliverable 4. So this is the video for Deliverable 4. Thank you.